Good afternoon and welcome to the next edition of Tech-ficient, where we talk about whether or not you are tech-ficient. Just to recap, because it's been about a month since our last webinar, just thought I'd share with you quickly why it is we do what we do here. First of all, there's many reasons that we have to be in tech-ficient. First and foremost is educator overload. Let's face it, as educators, we know that there are a number of mandates that are on our plate, things that we cannot control, but things that we must do. All those wonderful unfunded mandates, all the testing that we have to do, all the new curriculum that we have to look at and become knowledgeable about, and find ways to integrate into our existing curriculum. Finding the gap analysis between the old curriculum and the new curriculum. All those wonderful things, the new graduation points that, at least in the state of Ohio, that comes with students graduating. So there's just a ton of different mandates that are coming on the shoulders of educators across the state and across the nation. And when I say educators, I mean teachers, I mean administrators, I mean all of us, parents, all of us. And if you couple those mandates on top of what we've always done for students, for our communities, and for our schools, things that we know are good and have an impact on our students. If you put all the new mandates on top of that, you do have just an overworked, overloaded, stressed out educator. And it's not just in the education profession. This goes across all industries. This is one of my favorite slides that I have, and it's just about the average worker. And I'm not going to read this to you because you guys can read, but think about this. We used to say, it's a 40-hour week. Well, that's no longer the case. 94% of all professionals work at least 50 hours or more. But just because you're putting more time in doesn't mean you're more productive. The science tells us, listen, once you get to 55 hours, your cognitive functions are worse than at 40 hours. Most of my job is all based on cognitive functions. I know teaching is all based on cognitive functions. So that's a number that we have to pay attention to. And if we go beyond 55 and get to 60 hours, you can start to see after 3 to 4 weeks, all of that productivity begins to fall off. Once you get to 8 weeks of 60 hours, that is worse than working a 40-hour week. You will become less productive. That's not just cognitive, that's all types of productivity. And at that point, even a vacation, even going away for a week, doesn't necessarily help you or restore your productivity. So we need to be very conscious, and we need to pay very close attention to the amount of work that we're putting in on a weekly basis, because it does have a negative impact on what we do and how we do it. Because the truth of the matter is, it's no longer about work-life balance. It's about work-life integration. It's about finding ways to integrate life back into your work schedule. I would love to say how to integrate work into your life, but it's kind of vice versa these days. It's all about integrating your life back into your work schedule. And it's just crazy. Work has become a total thing for us. As a matter of fact, this was predicted. If you go back to the 1940s, there was a philosopher from Germany who predicted that America and other industrialized nations would fall into what he refers to as a total work dystopia, where work becomes all we do. It encapsulates who we are as individuals and as a society. And make no mistake, we need to work, and we need to work hard. That just has to happen for any productive society. But we also have to have a balance with all that. And really what brought this into play was these millennials. For the longest time, we complained about the millennials and about how they were forcing us to look at life. Well, after about 5 years of that, I've kind of embraced what the millennials have forced us to do. The millennials have this idea of work-life balance as opposed to work-life integration. And they work hard to make sure that they find positions in their profession that allow them to do that. And to be honest, looking at how they live and how they work, they really are just as productive as I am, if not more productive as I am. So this really has opened my eyes to this whole idea of work-life balance versus work-life integration. Because what we have is this need to balance our life with work again, so we get away from this total work dystopia, so we can become more productive in our work lives, but also become more productive in our personal lives as well too. Because we have this dichotomy. Technology was supposed to free us about a decade ago. It was supposed to free us from work. It was supposed to make us be able to work anywhere in the world at any time, which it has. But it's also trapped us. It's given us the ability to work all the time. Instead of just when we want or where we want, it's become all the time. Whenever we're awake, whenever we are awake, and wherever we are now working. So what I want to do is say, okay, let's look at the other side of this technology dichotomy and say, what can we do during our work week that uses technology to make us more efficient, to make us more effective, and to make us more productive during that 40 to 55 hours that we're putting in a week. That way, when we leave work, we can literally leave work. So when we get home, it's no longer about work-life integration, but it's about work-life balance. When we get home, it's no longer about being an employee. It's about being a dad or a mother or a husband and a wife or a parent or a best friend. It's about doing those other things in our lives that we know are just, if not more important, than what happens during the 40 to 55 hours a week that we're at work. So this week, what I want to talk about is a great little tool called Pocket. It's a fantastic tool. And I've been using this a lot in the last week now that it's Christmas break. And by the way, I hope you all had a great Christmas break. I've been using this more as I've been driving around visiting family and friends now that I've been off or not working nearly as much. And what I use Pocket for, and let me go to the website here for you, is Pocket's fantastic. What it allows you to do, come across articles or videos or things that you want to read or listen to or watch that, for me at least, makes me better at my job. In education, in administration, in leadership, there's lots of things, lots of articles, lots of webinars, lots of videos, lots of podcasts that I want to read so I can stay on top of my profession, that I want to listen to, that I want to watch. I just don't have the time for it per se. So if I come across a great article, I can snap that article and put it in my Pocket. And all I do, and for me in this case, Pocket is an extension to my Chrome browser. But you can get it on other devices as well, on the iOS devices as well. But for me, this is an extension. So when I come across an article, I like it. All I do is click on my Pocket icon, and I save that article to my Pocket. And on top of that, what Pocket does for me is it emails me once a week with great articles that are of interest to me or are trending. And I can look at those articles, and I can add those to my Pocket as well. So what you'll see as you scroll down through here are a list of articles that are in my Pocket. Either some that I've read or I've kept because of my favorites, but they're really good articles. And once you get to your Pocket, you can also break it down by articles, by playing videos as well. However you want, you can archive them, you can create your favorites, and you can create your own list. On top of that, you can also go to recommended, where Pocket will recommend other articles for you. And if you like those, all you do is click on save, and it goes to your Pocket. Pretty nice. Or explore, you can look at other options as well. It's a great little tool. I like it a lot. Now, here's why I really like it, and here's where the whole efficiency, the whole effectiveness piece comes into play. Pocket can be downloaded to multiple devices. So I have it on my computer. I also have it on my tablet. And I also have it on my cell phone. And once it's downloaded, it syncs. So if I'm on my computer right now, and I have these pockets right here, things I like, and I save it to my Pocket, whenever I get into my cell phone and pull up my Pocket, that article is in my cell phone Pocket as well. So it syncs across all devices. my cell phone, my tablet, and my computer, which is really nice. Now, here's where it becomes very, very, very efficient. I have about a 22-minute drive to work and a 22-minute drive home, so about 44 minutes in the car. What I usually like to do is pull up my pocket on my cell phone, find the article that I want to read that I haven't had a chance to read yet, and when it's on your device, on your cell phone, it gives you the option to have it read to you, where Pocket will read the article to you. And you can choose the type of voice you want to listen to and the speed at which the article will be read. So all I do is pull the article up I want to listen to, choose my voice, choose my speed, hit play, and it plays through my Bluetooth speakers. So I have the ability to go through 2 or 3 articles every day to and from work. This then saves me time at work, about 45 minutes of reading, and it saves me time at home as well, because I'm not reading at home, and I'm not reading at work. So it's a great time saver. It's something that I can do in the car as I'm driving back and forth. It keeps my mind occupied, and it's just a great way to stay up to date. If I like the article that I listened to, I read, I can just save it and put it back in my pocket. I have the ability then to share that article with others if I'd like, put it in my favorites, and just do all sorts of good things with it. So there you have it. Pocket, a great way to organize things you want to read or watch, and a great way to listen to those articles as you're driving to save you time at home to be a dad or a husband, and it saves you time at work to be more productive with what you're doing at work. Hope this helps. Have a fantastic New Year.